Thermarest created the category of, self-inflating sleeping pads. But where that's still a huge category. But a new part of that is what we call non-self-inflating or true air mattresses. It's allowing you to go lighter weight with the same type of comfort on the trail. The Neo Air came out, about 4 years ago, and since then it's already gone through a couple gyrations. But we'll pass this around, but this will show you what's going on in the actual Thermarest air mattresses. We have these little micro chambers in there, and that's what actually gives the pad integrity or support underneath you. It's not like that bed everyone slept on at a relative's house where feel like you're falling, the blow-up beds, where you feel like you're falling off all night long. So these are very stable. The other thing that we do is, in most of these, you'll see there's a reflective barrier in here. And what that does is it actually reflects the cold of the ground away from you and reflects the warmth of your body back up towards you. So that's what gives you added warmth. For all the women out there, we do these in women's versions, a little bit shorter, but for instance, the women's X-Lite has 2 of the reflective barriers. So it's a warmer pad. But any guy can use the women's pad as well. So there's no reason you can't. But it's allowing you to go lighter weight with just as much comfort. Again, this isn't going to be for the entry-level customer that's thinking about going on their first backpacking trip. This is for customers that have an understanding of gear and how to take care of it.
I heard one concern out there when we brought these out was the noise factor. Some people definitely don't like the noise. Well, there's a lot of options out there now as well. That was an issue in sort of the first generation of Thermarest. Now we're on like year 3 or 4 of the Neo Air family of the Thermarest series. So what Dan's holding there is an X-Lite. It's one of the lighter, more compact sleeping pads in this family. What you got here is a different face fabric, okay? So this is not that same crinkly face fabric. When I run my hand here, that's the sound there.
The reason
see the difference there? You could hear the difference.
Is this is the lightest pad we make. And to go lightweight, you have to go with an ultralight fabric. And the ultralight fabric is just a little bit louder. But if you actually were to lay on this with a sleeping bag, it pretty much goes away.
If that is something that just irks the heck out of you, and there are lots of people like that, we get you a different face fabric, or you go with something that's maybe a little bit more durable, and you say, well, sleeping is the most important thing to me. I'm willing to spend X or Y more or less. I don't need, the fanciest thing. I'm willing to go with this guy. This is your Neo Air. This is an all-season. So the other thing that our little diagram is showing you is the reflective technology within the pads themselves. And so yes, these are air pads, and for any of you who've been on an air pad, it's going to conduct the temperature of the ground and the outside air much more significantly. That's was the original downfall of air pads versus some of the foam that's in your self-inflating pads. And so what Thermarest has done to address that issue is develop these reflective barriers inside the pad itself so that you're kind of separating the air that's closer to the ground versus the air that's closer to your body. And so that air that's closer to your body is actually meant to be insulated more significantly and therefore keep you warmer over a long period of time. Again, most of these are going to be 3-season mattresses. This one, once we get up in those insulating factors, you can jump up to a 4-season with an air mattress. And the Neo Air X Therm is the highest echelon in that category. And then also, just for anybody still doing winter stuff, we do especially still recommend your good old Ridge Rest or Z-Lite as your ground barrier. So if you are out there in the winter or possible freezing temperatures, you're not, yes, you're adding bulk with these unfortunate things, but, luckily weight isn't too much of an issue, and still using one of these in between your air mattress and the ground, especially in snow conditions, is definitely an option. Really, that was like the down and dirty. We normally do all of that in like a 2-hour session.